The best podcasts picked fresh for you. This is Podcast Pick on East Coast Radio.
So today I'm picking the Daily Friend Show. There's a lot like this one out there, but this one I like its particular favor. It's a 30-minute current affairs podcast featuring an analysis, a team of writers who basically take the politics, the social issues, the economic issues of the day, and they break it down for you in a nice, open-minded 30-minute section. It's called the Daily Friend Show. Here's a sample.
But, Morris, it looks like the trends that we've been seeing across the country are sort of continuing, where the ANC, it's strong in some of its rural areas, places like the Eastern Cape, but it's really been chipped away in parts of the Platinum Belt and especially in KZN. What do you make of all this?
Yeah, so I was looking at it a bit earlier. By my reckoning.
So it's one thing getting the news, hearing the news, you read these headlines, but you go, what does it mean? How does it affect me? It's nice to have people who do this give you and unpack it for you. So it's The Daily Friend, a 30-minute podcast, daily podcast available wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
Well, this week's guest is Ncebakazi Manzi, who's Spotify's Sub-Saharan Africa's podcast manager. So let's hear what her pick is this week.
My name is Ncebakazi Manzi, and I'm the podcast manager for Sub-Saharan Africa at Spotify. My podcast pick is a podcast I'm totally obsessed with at the moment called The Outspoken Owls. It features the two besties, Katie Mohammed and Lynn Forbes, as they reflect on aging and discuss everything around it, from dating as older women to dealing with wrinkles, menopause, and more. Take it from me, you don't want to miss these two, and they are hilarious but really wise conversations. Catch The Outspoken Owls on Spotify.
I've actually listened and watched that podcast, and it's really, really quite cool, just by the way. Ncebakazi also answers a frequently asked questions section, which you can obviously send to breakfast@ecr.co.za. So this week's question is, how has podcasting grown in South Africa?
Oh.
Podcasting is definitely becoming bigger and bigger in South Africa. Just in the last 2 years, podcast listening grew by over 65% on Spotify. More and more people enjoy listening to podcasts, whether it's when they're stuck in traffic or doing boring household chores at home. With genres on Spotify like comedy, self-development, true crime, parenting, wellness, sport, and so much more, there's literally a podcast for everyone.
Wow. Ncebakazi, thank you so much for that. And this has been your podcast pick. So whether it's The Outspoken Owls or The Daily Friend Show, now you know what you can listen to when you've got half an hour to spare.
The best podcasts picked fresh for you. It's Podcast Pick on East Coast Radio.